What happens when a royal controversy collides with a razor-sharp interviewer in front of millions of viewers? Tonight, you're about to witness the opening moments of an unforgettable clash between Meghan Markle and Piers Morgan. An interview that began with polite smiles and carefully chosen words, but slowly unravelled into open confrontation. By the time the segment came to an end, the audience was visibly uncomfortable, and Piers Morgan would be forced to make one of the most difficult decisions of his broadcasting career. The studio lights burned brightly, like 1,000 watchful eyes, bathing the set in an artificial glow that mirrored the tension thickening the air. The familiar theme music faded, and the camera tightened on Piers Morgan as he adjusted his tie, with practiced confidence offering his trademark smile. "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back," he began smoothly, his tone calm but authoritative. "Tonight, I'm joined by Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, or as she now prefers to be known. Meghan, independent entrepreneur and advocate." Polite applause rippled through the audience, though several viewers exchanged uneasy glances. Meghan entered from stage left, her white silk blouse catching the studio lights beneath a sharply tailored black blazer. She moved with confidence, her smile restrained and deliberate at tirelire, as if she were already several steps ahead of the conversation. Piers stood to greet her, extending his hand. "Thank you for being here." "Of course," she replied coolly as she took her seat, crossing her legs with practiced elegance. "I'm happy to clarify a few things. People always seem confused about me." Her tone was calm but edged with something sharper, an early hint of what was to come. Piers chuckled lightly. "Well, let's see if we can clear up some of that confusion tonight. Let me start with what everyone wants to know. Your departure from the royal family. Do you regret leaving, or was it inevitable?" Meghan tilted her head slightly, blinking slowly as though the question bored her. "Well," she said coolly, "if you'd been paying attention, you'd know I left because I had better things to do with my life than play dress-up for the tabloids." A ripple of reaction swept through the audience, muffled gasps mixed with nervous laughter. Piers remained composed. "So you see the monarchy as a spectacle rather than a duty?" "I think waving from balconies and wearing costumes isn't exactly what I'd call duty," she replied, a faint smirk forming on her lips. Piers nodded, jotting something in his notes. "And yet the monarchy has endured for centuries, upheld by people who believe it represents more than theatrics. Do you think those who stayed, William and Kate for example, are wasting their lives?" "Not my problem," Meghan said, adjusting her cuff. "If they enjoy it, good for them. Some people thrive on irrelevance." The audience murmured louder this time. Piers kept his voice steady. "And yet you benefited from that same irrelevance when you married into it. Do you think it deserves any respect?" Meghan laughed lightly, though it sounded rehearsed. "Oh, please. I gave them relevance, literally and metaphorically." More gasps. Piers raised an eyebrow. "You're certainly not shy about your opinions. Let's talk about your relationship with the press. Many say you embrace publicity when it suits you, but condemn it when it doesn't. How do you respond?" Leaning forward, she replied, "People like you need to learn the difference between privacy and secrecy. But if you understood that, you wouldn't have built a career pestering people." The jab landed hard. Some audience members visibly flinched. Piers smiled faintly. "If that's how you feel, Meghan, then this is going to be a fascinating evening." The temperature in the room rose perceptibly. When tension simmers just beneath the surface, it's only a matter of time before the mask slips. As the interview continued, Meghan's polished exterior began to crack under Piers Morgan's unflinching questions. The audience shifted uneasily, unsure whether to clap, gasp, or remain silent. Cameras rolled as Meghan adjusted her blazer, her smile tightening by the minute, irritation creeping through her composure. Piers leaned back, flipping through his notes. "Let's talk about Harry," he said quietly. "Your relationship has fascinated the world. Many feel he's changed, distanced himself from his family because of you. How do you respond to that? Her eyes narrowed slightly, her voice suddenly syrupy. Oh, Piers, I'm sorry you're so invested in someone else's marriage. Are you happy at home? Do you even have a wife? A collective inhale swept the room. Piers smiled tightly. Happily married, and we're talking about you and Harry. Of course you are, she replied coolly. People like you need a villain to keep ratings up. Piers pressed on. Many royal watchers say Harry seems isolated and angry since leaving the UK. Do you feel any responsibility? She laughed sharply. You really believe everything you read, don't you? He's happier than ever. Sorry if that ruins your narrative. The tension escalated with every exchange. When asked if she had any regrets, Meghan snapped, None. I don't lose sleep over people who never supported me. Even Piers raised an eyebrow at her tone. Still, he continued calmly, questioning her charity work, accusations of self-promotion and claims from palace staff describing her as difficult. Her smile vanished. They're cowards. If they have something to say, they should say it to my face. For the first time, Piers leaned forward. Do you feel you ever made mistakes? Her reply was laced with sarcasm. My mistake was thinking this institution and people like you were capable of decency. The audience gasped audibly. Piers straightened his notes. Do you even care what the public thinks anymore? I care about what matters, she said dismissively. Frankly, it doesn't. As the interview returned from commercial, the atmosphere had changed completely. Gone were polite exchanges. What remained was a battlefield of ego and deflection. When Piers challenged her accountability, she accused him of misogyny. When he questioned her media ventures, she accused him of hating powerful women. Finally, when he said calmly, "It's about choices and consequences," she mocked him openly. "You've had plenty of public relations disasters yourself," she sneered. Piers responded evenly, "Yes, but I never played the victim while profiting from it." That line landed like a punch. When Meghan accused him of running a witch hunt, Piers paused, took a breath, and finally said, "I came here hoping for an honest conversation. Instead, you've chosen deflection and insult." The studio fell silent. At last, Piers stood. "I think we're done." "What? Out of tough questions?" She scoffed. "No," he said firmly. "Out of patience." He continued calmly but forcefully, explaining that she'd been given a platform to speak honestly but chose arrogance instead. Then, looking directly at her, he said the words that froze the room. "You can leave now." The silence was deafening. Meghan removed her microphone and stood. At least now everyone's seen the real Piers Morgan. Bitter, predictable. And now, he replied instantly, they've seen the real Meghan Markle. Arrogant, entitled, and boring. Gasps echoed through the studio as she stormed off stage, heels clicking sharply against the floor. The studio door closed with a final echo. Piers adjusted his tie and looked into the camera. "Ladies and gentlemen, I think that just about sums it up. We'll be back after the break." The audience erupted into stunned applause as the screen faded to black. So what do you think? Did Piers go too far? Or was Meghan's attitude her own undoing? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this explosive moment, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more behind-the-scenes showdowns and stories no one else dares to tell. We'll see you in the next one.